Right, I've got quite an easy one today because I'm just talking about our experiences over the last 13 years. We set up in year 2000 in the dot-com boom, and we called ourselves, because of the lack of services apart from web development, we said, what's our catch line, what do we do? It was internet thinking. Our main services at that point in year 2000 was email marketing. That's how we started it. We didn't start email marketing, sorry. That was the main service we pushed because we are coming from a marketing background, and we did think that everybody was developing these websites. There was a massive shortage online. There were dial-up days, and how were these people going to make money? But they needed to market like any other business. So we got heavily into email marketing from day one. In 2 years later, we called ourselves internet marketing specialists. Something we didn't derive, this is something from the industry. The reason why we called us internet marketing specialists is search engine optimization started to come about in a big way. People used to, after the dot-com boom again, with a lot of businesses went bust, marketing came to the threshold of what we're going to do to market an online business. So this is where we took hold of. At this stage, we probably offered about 6 different services. 3 years went by, and search took over the marketplace. We become a search marketing agency, or an SMA. Very successful for us, search marketing at that time. We had some big clients, performed very well, but we'll soon tell you how it's short-lived in 2009, 2010. 2007, online marketing agency. So we had more services that we had to display advertising. Pay-per-click was coming, obviously, more and more. People was fed up with organic search and wanted to chuck more at PPC. So we started to diversify into PPC marketing in a big way. A lot of investment into our staff at that stage. We're probably looking about 15 to 16 people in that agency at that time. And then 2008, we become a digital marketing agency, which is probably the name that everybody's called it still to this day, which is a full service agency. At this stage, we had 35 different services in the agency we were trying to cope with. It was an impossible task, really, but obviously you have to keep ahead of the game, and that's what we were trying to do. 2013, we started to diversify. So now we have a separate company called Digital Solutions. The marketplace was saturated with new web development companies, digital marketing companies coming to the threshold. What we wanted to do is, again, we're trying to keep ahead of the game. So what we do with Digital Solutions, this supports creative agencies. We don't go looking for direct clients anymore. We work with freelancers that a lot of people have forgot about. We support them freelancers on technical skills. They do design it. We bring in, obviously, freelancers which will do the marketing aspect of what we need. So we've really we're actually down to about 8 staff now, and it's a lot more profitable than it ever has been in the last 10 years. What happened in 2010 was a breach. One of our clients had a breach. September 2010, I remember this. The client rung us up and said, basically, what are you going to do about it? And we said, well, hang on a minute. We develop your website, we market your website. We don't actually offer security. Call your IT team. Basically, this was a lot of discussions over many weeks, and what was going to be the conclusion. Anyway, we ended up actually settling out of court, believe it or not, settling for half of the web build, which was about £8,000 we had to settle back. Now that, we didn't have to, we had no liability, but for the information that was stolen, we thought we should take some responsibility. We then thought we need some emergency actions. So we brought in some external expertise and to deal with the breach, investigate the extent of the breach, and we also brought in a third party to do some penetration testing services. We implemented them fixes and vulnerabilities, and the client was quite happy and we moved on. What happened next was we had to do planned action. This has brought up, like, opened our world. We've been developing for 10 years. None of our clients have had a breach before. What we're going to do? And I thought, well, hang on a minute. This is happening all over the place. We need to do a plan. What about the rest of the clients? You know, we offered a lot of shared hosting at this time. So there was about 100 clients on that shared hosting. So we thought, has anybody else been breached? So we said, well, we have to look after our clients here. We'll have to buy in this expertise. So we started to employ our own in-house expertise from December 2010. And we had to go through every client. And it took us 12 months to pen test, fix, and implement them fixes. And report to the client, be open and honest with the client. We wanted to be proactive rather than reactive, and they find us out. We didn't want to go through what happened in September 2010 again. So after that, we started to research about cyber, and I thought, well, this is massive. You hear it on the news all the time. This has happened to us. It's not happened in 10 years. What's happening? So we started to research the marketplace. And then we researched the findings. This is 2010. These are some stats from PSE. Compliments of Duncan there. The sector was worth at that time, obviously, 2.4 billion in 2010. Expected to grow 5.7 year on year. So a massive growth at that stage that we thought, wow, you know, this saturation in digital marketing at this stage, we need to diversify. And we did. So we launched in December 2012, cybersecurity, Xi1 Cybersecurity. Again, compliments of PSE. We studied the growth of this marketplace, and you can see for yourself, in services alone, there's about a 24% rise from 2010 projected for 2017. So it's something that we had to get into straight away. Today, this is where we are. We've got 3 full-time, 2 part-time staff. We've got a large network of associates. That's where we feel we'll get our growth. At the minute, there's about 30 associates that we've tied into our network, specialising in compliance, specialising in Lexel, and most importantly, information security consultants. We're over 3 locations. We're glad to tell you that obviously we are going to be here at Info Lab from Jan 2014. We are putting stationing our pen testing team here at Info Lab. What's really important for us is scalability, and it's very hard to go and recruit a pen tester, especially certified. So we feel having the relationship with Daniel Prince and the Cyber Centres of Excellence is that we can have that flow, that people flow, and allow us to grow. We've also got one at Dursby, SciTech campus, which is very a strategic move. That's just obviously, I think there's about 100 companies at SciTech in Dursby, and about 60 of them develop something in biotech, medtech, nuclear, and it's ideal for us because there's nobody doing cybersecurity on that campus. We've only been there probably 6 weeks, and we've probably got about 10 leads so far from that campus. We're CEH certified. Obviously, this is something that we're building the pen testing team on. It's a differentiator from the marketplace. Not many other businesses are CEH. It is international recognised, more surprising to us than anybody else. We get a lot of inquiries from the US because we're CEH. We are going through CREST at the minute, so we'll go up to be CREST certified by the end of Feb 2014. I'll go through the 5 divisions in a minute. We have received £65,000 investment for private investors. We've already received some public sector money as well, and also some grant money. So it's been, really helpful to get us on the road, really, and we've got a strict scalability and marketing plan over the next 3 years. These are I won't go through every service, but you can see it's split into 5 main areas. Penetration testing, which is our prevention. Just on this side at the moment, most of our business is coming from software developers. I would say 95%. And what's good about this is when you ask the software developers why they're suddenly starting to ring us, this is actually business coming in, not us marketing in this arena, is because they're constantly being asked, has the software been pen tested? It's like now to be in an MOT type situation with software, websites, networks. So it's good news for us for the future. Incident response, this is something we're really working hard at in the future. We've got it now and we're working very hard on processes. Again, Lancaster University will have a lot of input into that. Compliance, this is where our consultants come into. So ISO is a brilliant inroad, 27001 for us into the marketplace. The reason is because they already have embraced an ISO standard, most of the companies the level that we're targeting. But they don't understand security, they don't understand cyber security, but they understand an ISO standard and the benefits. So that's where we've targeted that market, where we educate about ISO 27001 and then we sell them penetration testing at the second level. Training is probably the biggest door opener of all for us. This is the big thing for 2014 for us. We're doing a few trials running up to Christmas for different law firms. So that's where we see that moving forward. These are some of our strategic partners that we're working with, help us funders, we're working with on growth, etc. And the future, this is where we see ourselves. We're currently going through ISO 27001 and 27032, which is cybersecurity guidelines. It'd be stupid if we haven't gone through that. And we think we'll be certified, all going well, by Feb 2014. Crest, as I mentioned before. We've had a few meetings, me and Daniel, about launching a Northwest Cybersecurity Cluster Group, which we want to do early next year. And obviously collaborate with Lancaster on that, which will be a unique offering. We are talking about launching a cyber advisory service called CAS. And we're looking for partners to approach us that could help us with this. This will be a social enterprise, the makeup of it. But it's something that we're constantly at the forefront with SMEs. And they're not getting the support. Just to tell you a recent story that we had a manufacturer, had a breach, got into his bank account. That's cutting it very short. But that's got in his bank account and made a transaction under €1,000. That guy didn't get any help from the bank, no insurance. The solicitors don't know what to do. Where does he go? And that happens in our daily consultancy a lot. And SMEs are crying out for something that they could just get impartial advice from. And that's what we're trying to achieve next year. And then we want to launch an international strategic partner strategy. Enterprise Europe are helping us with that, and also UKTI, who'll be speaking next. And that's about it. Thank you very much.